a walk on the woo-woo side with me. My name is Michelle Douglas and I am on a mission to help you to step into your power so that you can create the life you desire. Visit me at empoweredlifeprograms.com to learn more. Hello. It is Thriving Thursday, where we're going to learn about showing up as our best selves. So I thought I would do a book review again, and this time I am reviewing Creating a Bug-Free Mind by Andy Shaw. Now, these books are big, like they're thick. And when I read them, I was just like blown away. I ended up buying the audiobook so that I could listen to it while I was out walking. And what I love about this book now, and what he says here is that it eliminates all negative thoughts, leaving you happier, healthier, meaning you can go from where you are now to where you desire to be. And Andy's like, he tells it how it is. Like it's just like, tell us what you really think, Andy. And I've actually been given permission by Andy and his business partner to share or teach some of their processes, as long as I give them credit for that, because what I learned in these books, he's got a second book called Using a Bug-Free Mind, not quite as thick, but it's just as powerful. So the basic concept is about the negative patterns. Like, he talks about our minds like a computer. So your mind is like a computer, and every now and again, it might get a little virus. And when that virus is in the computer, there's no point trying to add on more software, because it's going to get infected by that virus as well, and it won't work properly. So if you put that into real life, is just that you've got these negative thought patterns running the show. Then you try to manifest something that you want, which is a positive thing, but the negative thought patterns kind of hinder that process. So this is about emptying your mind of the negative thoughts, or basically running some antiviral software through your mind to clear them away, those negative thought patterns, so that you've got a clear slate away, like you've cleaned the slate so that you can start manifesting whatever it is you want. There's a couple of processes in here, but one I really liked, or one of the first ones he talks about actually, and I did like this one, was about worrying. If you worry about stuff, you are basically creating circumstances that align with that worry. That's law of attraction in a nutshell, okay? So what that means is that when you're worrying, you are basically sabotaging your efforts. And what he talks about, he says, if you worry, you're insane. And what he's saying is that worrying about something isn't going to resolve it, is it? All it's doing is sending negative energy towards it. Now, if you're worrying about a family member, you are actually sending them negative energy. So if you're doing it, stop it. You've got to remember too, we're all in our own paths. We've got our free will. Like, a lot of parents in particular struggle with this, because, you're worrying about the kids. You want them to be happy and successful and everything else. And the thing is, especially with the younger generation, is let them make their mistakes when they're young and stop worrying about them so much, because worrying about them isn't helping them at all. And what he also says is, like, just say you're worrying about your love life. Well, worrying about it's not going to resolve it. Getting yourself out there might. So it's about cutting out or clearing the clutter in your mind, clearing that virus out using your antiviral software, which is positive thoughts and emotions, and replacing the yucky stuff with the good stuff. So that's one thing he talks about. And there is an exercise he also talks about, which is the 15 seconds. So there's two ways of doing it. Apparently one's more advanced than the other, but I don't know. But let me give you one little tip from this. So this is a really quick review, but brilliant books. And I will put a link, because they're quite expensive. They're coming from the UK, but there is a link to get a slight discount. So I'll share that in the show notes for this episode, if you like, and definitely have a look at it. Like, for me, I felt the audio book was Like, I love having the book for something like this, so I can refer back to it later and you can just flick through the pages. But the audio book was brilliant for someone. Like, I used to walk an hour a day, and I'm trying to get back into it, but it's cold. But when I'm walking for my hour a day and I'm listening to this sort of thing, what am I doing to my mind? I'm clearing it of the yucky stuff and replacing it with the good. So this, yeah, so the review, the 15 seconds thing. So I'm all over the place this morning. When you are thinking a negative thought, just say in your mind, stop, and let the thought go. And then think of something amazing that feels really good to think about for 15 seconds straight. Easier said than done. That's what you're going to find. So see if you can do that. And I'd love to hear how you feel about that one. The other one, which is probably a little more advanced, which is what they tell us. Same thing. You're thinking about something negative. Stop. So say to yourself, stop. Let the thought go, and then empty your mind completely for 15 seconds. Don't let any thoughts come in. So there's 2 little things you can try, and I'd love to hear how you go with those. But if you are really looking for something that really gets into the crux of mindset and clearing out all those negative thought patterns, these 2 books are really brilliant for that sort of thing. So definitely recommend, and I'll leave you with that, and I'll see you tomorrow.